So I decided to do a review of a recent shopping trip to Giant Tiger. The location is 969 Upper Ottawa Street in Hamilton. So it only relates to this store, not the other locations in the city of Hamilton. But this is the one I shop at most often. A lot of good deals. I like this store. I like how it's laid out. So there you can see the entranceway, and there's buggies and carts there to the right. And then whatever either flyer deal or deals they have that they put kind of front and center when you first come in. Now, because it was raining outside, they put some umbrellas at the forefront there, and I've found these before kind of in that far corner. If you do need a mini umbrella, they're a pretty good deal actually. We bought quite a few of these little mini umbrellas, so that's the thing about the store. Their prices are very reasonable. So when you first come in, you see the women's department, clothing department, and shoes and accessories. And across is young women's and women's as well, along with shoes. And then just down from that is another section of clothing. They do sell, I think, scrubs for medical workers as well. I happen to see that one time. But yeah, they have the typical clothing racks. And at the end of that, they have the fitting rooms. So just past this section here is the fitting rooms, which is normally staffed, and there is someone to assist when needed. The thing about the store that I like is there's lots of staff, and they're very helpful and friendly, so if you can't find something or if you need assistance, they're there to help out. And at the back of that department, there's reduced clothing on a last chance rack. Similar thing is in the men's department, which I'll show you a little bit later on in the video. They also have a reduced clothing rack. The other thing I like about this location is they post their flyer deals, their actual flyer hanging in certain locations. So, which can be helpful if you didn't make a list and you just want to refer to the flyer. You'll find them in certain parts of the store hanging off of either an end cap or at the end of an aisle. So next to the fitting room and clothing section there for women's is home decor, housewares, things like that. You know, tables, mirrors, decor items, curtains, tabs, tab panels, curtain rods, finials, things like that. So that's all in the first few aisles past the fitting room area. And some storage containers, things like that. Pretty good selection. Area rugs, runners, doormats. And then directly across from that is the girls' clothing department and shoes. And on the other side of that wall is the boys' department, along with some shoes and hats and other accessories. And then just past that wall is the men's department, which kind of wraps around to the front of the store. So again, they have shoes as well, and hats and other accessories, belts. So every clothing department kind of features similar items, you know, seasonal things that are popular at the time, and graphic tees and plain t-shirts. So a decent selection for the size of store. And directly across you can see some of the seasonal department of toys, but we'll get to that in a minute. I just want to show you the rest of the men's department. So kind of like I said, it wraps around. There's some sportswear, so those wicking t-shirts, and then on the other side of the wall is socks, underwear, leisure wear, I guess, maybe, and some workwear. So, you know, safety gloves, safety equipment down at this end. And I was saying earlier that there's a reduced rack in the women's department, and there is one here as well. So last chance, various sizes, so just a mishmash of what's kind of left. But sometimes you can find good deals in there. And directly beside that is the greeting card section and books. And there's a stand with phone cards, gift cards, things like that, which are also on some of the cashier ends as well. And then going back to the back of the store, next to decor is housewares, and so kitchen items, frying pans, dishes, things for the kitchen, small appliances. You'll even find a little section of gadgets, so kind of as seen on TV, stuff that sometimes is only online, but you can sometimes find it here for the same price or even a little bit less. Some Pyrex. And right next to that is the seasonal department. So depending obviously on the season, there's potting soil, garden utensils, pots, outdoor living things like chair pads and solar lighting, umbrellas, chairs. And they often have good deals on like potting soil, like 2 bags for $6, I believe, and also garden soil. So you'd be surprised at what they sell for a small store. But it's a typical kind of small department store. That's the toy section next to seasonal. And in the aisles they have outdoor, beach toys, camping, activity toys, and things like that. The toy section also has puzzles and all different age ranges. They even have pool toys, pool chemicals in that area. And right next to toys is another kind of half seasonal department and flyer features. So here they have dirt and potting soil, flyer feature of orchids, and then quite a number of racks of indoor plants, and especially with Mother's Day coming up, there's quite a selection right now. But typically that area is seasonal and flyer specials. And then getting into the grocery section, at the very back of the store is a fairly large freezer, and they usually have some good deals in there. And there's your dairy display with meats and cheeses and yogurt. And then they have at the end of each aisle they have usually a bunker, and then above that some flyer deals. And I've had this tradition apple cider. The Honeycrisp apple is really good. So they don't always have it in, but when they do, I snap a few of those up because they're a good deal, and it's really good apple cider. And then at the very end they have pop and milk is at the back there, orange juice. And there's part of their produce cooler. And then they have a meat cooler which was added fairly recently. So some stores do have this, some stores do not. But they have a decent selection. It's pork, beef, and chicken, and a mix of breakfast sausage and regular sausage. And they sell whole chickens, so a decent selection. And this is one of the aisles in the grocery department. And they're fairly well stocked. Usually they fill the shelves pretty quickly. Like I said, they have a decent amount of staff, and they're very helpful. So if you don't see what you need, ask them and they'll check the back. This is part of the bakery and bread section. And then next to the meat cooler is your snacks, and down one of the aisles here is all your condiments, some pastas and canned goods, things like that. So just regular grocery items. There you can see some of the aisles with the produce section in behind. And typically at the end of each aisle is a flyer deal. And they do have quite a selection of school snacks, peanut free as well. So this is their some of their cleaning products, and they have a hardware aisle as well. So a decent selection. And then shampoos and personal hygiene items. And then on the same wall as the chips, they have toilet paper and paper towel. And towards the front of the store, they have like trail mixes and peanuts. And if you spin around from there, it's the pet aisle, so pet food and toys. So there's even wild bird seed, large bones for dogs, cat toys as well. A few mouse traps you can see if your cat isn't doing the job. And then a cleaning aisle as well. So dishwasher tabs, and again personal hygiene is in the next aisle. And then some more pet items, things for cleaning up, and some pet beds. And then at the front of the store they have various electronic items and cables and accessories, USB cables, things like that. And then right across from that is all the candy and chocolate. So yeah, a little dangerous to spend too much time on that aisle looking at all that stuff. So yeah, lots of chips and candy, chocolate. And in the corner there is batteries and some headsets, again electronic items. And they have, I think, 7 cash lanes, with the one to the right there if you're needing lottery tickets or cigarettes or things like that. That would be, I guess, cash number 1. But they're good about calling in cashiers if it gets too busy, so the line isn't usually too long. But I hope you enjoyed the brief review of Giant Tiger on Upper Ottawa Street in Hamilton. Stay tuned for more videos, please subscribe, and thanks. Bye for now.